Let's make the most of our global pandemic! Hey guys, welcome back to Game Spasm. This is Brian Hazard, and today I want to talk about what I consider to be the other essential app for playing Gloomhaven. Now, I already did a video review on Gloomhaven Helper. You can go check that out. I'll put a link down in the description, but today we're going to talk about Gloomhaven Campaign Tracker. This thing is so meaty and so good. I think it's only available on Android. I could be wrong, but it is free. And it eliminates the need to track pretty much anything inside your Gloomhaven box. All the paper, all the maps, the road events, the city events, pretty much any information you could possibly need to track about your character, it's all covered here. And I'm going to go through the details of the app and show you. Let's go take a look. All right, we're going to get ourselves into the app here. I want to point out that any delay in its loading and any slowdown that you see on the computer is because of the emulator I'm using. The app is actually pretty snappy on my Samsung S10 when I use it. So when you first open it, this is actually my campaign. When you first open it originally, it's going to ask you to create a campaign. So we're going to do that now. We're going to go from scratch because you can see there's a number of things that have been unlocked or done in my scenario, and I don't want to, or in my campaign, I don't want to spoil that for you. So let's just call it that. And there always has to be a party name, so we're going to be YouTube Noobs. I think that's probably appropriate. You got to have a Z. That makes sure you look cool. All right, so when you get into the app, also, I do want to say that I tend to use the app in portrait mode, not landscape, but for the sake of this video and so that you guys don't have to see a column in the middle of the screen, we're going to do it like this. So what you'll see here is 4 tabs along here: World, City, Party, and Unlocks. At the top, you've got your sandwich menu, which allows you to pick which campaign you want to be using. Well, it shows you the campaign screen. It shows you all the characters that are in the app. Now, this is not dependent on which campaign or which party. So this will literally show you all of your active players right now. These are symbols. There's no spoilers here. These are the characters that are in my active party right now, and it shows you their symbol, their level, their experience, and the amount of gold they have. You can also click this up here, the little old man with a cane, and it will show you your retired people. So that's kind of cool. And that lets you sort of see everybody, and then from here, if you wanted to delete them, you could do that. The other thing you could do from this menu is the database backup, which is a fantastic feature, especially for something like this where the information is so critical and important. You can literally just go in here, hit create backup, and now it is stored on your computer or on your phone. You can hit share and send it to your Google Drive, email, a friend, whatever the case may be. So if you were tracking the party for all of your friends during the game and when they're done, they want to see their stuff, you could just send them the database and it would include all the information on their character if you wanted to. There is no networking feature or anything like that, but it's a free app and it's incredibly feature rich, so I'm not knocking it for that. Going back to here, you have your settings. This will allow you to show item names and show personal quest name and details. So that you can actually see what they mean. Show scenario names and unlocked scenarios. Activate forgotten circles. So if you have the expansion, you're going to want to click this. And then show the old ability sheet. If you're not already familiar with this app, don't worry about this last option to show the old ability sheet. It was inferior anyways. Maybe some people prefer it, but his recent updates are much better. Excuse me. You can support developer, and he'll tell you a little bit about it. Let's move on. Over here, you can change the name of your campaign if you want to. You can also see a list of all of the campaigns that are in the app, my original one and the one we just made. And then again, this will show you actually the parties that you have available in this campaign. So this one is for this campaign only, and we just have the one that we created here. So in the world section, you'll see that it has a section for showing you all of the scenarios that are locked or unlocked. So this replaces the map, and each campaign that you open in here will have its own section here that is independent, which means you can run multiple campaigns if you have more than one group of friends. Very cool. As you go through the game and you finish these, like if I completed Corpsewood, I could click this, and now you see it disappeared here and it's in the completed section. And you'll see here that there's one unavailable, which is the second one. The app knows if there's certain requirements. So like if I click here, it'll say this requires the party achievement of first steps. So it's not going to let me go and do this until I've done that. You can also undo an app or a scenario if you decided that was a mistake. In each scenario, you can also go down to this treasure section. You can hit this number, and then you can put in like the treasure number and you know, whatever it is that you found in there for reference. It doesn't do anything in particular. It just gives you a way of seeing what's there and then marking. You know, sometimes you play a scenario but you fail and you didn't get the loot, or you played a scenario and you did get the loot but you still failed. So this allows you to specify whether you've completed the scenario and whether or not you were able to get the loot that was there. So you can put that in if you like. So this will fill up as we go, and I'll show you in a little bit how the other features will affect the way things unlock. Here you have your global achievements, and these are the stickers that are banners across the top. Now, some people may consider this sort of spoiler territory. I disagree, they're just words, but if you want to just kind of, I don't know, cover this part of the screen, like kind of hide your eyes so you don't see that. It's a drop down. You can hit a sign, and then it will give that achievement to your party, thereby allowing things to be unlocked. Now, really nice feature is the road events. Clicking on this essentially is the entire road event deck. When you click on draw a card, it will literally show a picture of the card and the two options. You can click which one you want, it will flip it, and it'll show you what happens. You can then write a little note to remind yourself what happened, and then it'll either excuse me, give you the option to remove the card from your deck or to put it back into the deck, you know, return it to the deck like you're supposed to. Anytime you're supposed to add a card because a character has been retired or some sort of event requires it happening, you just click on add a card, you put in the number, and then you keep that checkbox marked for shuffle, and it will put it all back together. As you play, and I'll tell you what, maybe at the end of the video, maybe I'll put a little section that shows what mine looks like with a few scenarios played, and I won't do it here for the sake of spoilers, but you can sort of see what the event deck looks like. If you can remember every event consequence and tie it to the number, you're a better mind than I am. So, and then down here, the plus lets you, oh yeah, so if maybe you're starting to use this later in your campaign and you want to keep track of what you've already done with your event deck, you can actually put in the reference number, pick which option you did, what the effect is, hit add, and it will add it to your event deck history. So maybe I say like, I don't know, 53, option B, I don't know, wife left me. So there you go. Hit add, and now it's down here. Now I'm not going to click on this because if I click on it, it will show you a picture of the event card. This is a recent addition. It's fantastic. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so that's the road events. Moving down here further, you see that you have a scenario level selector, right? And you can pick which level you want to play, and it'll show you based on the level you pick. It will show you the experience you get, how much trap damage, how much gold per token, and the monster levels. Okay, so you can do that here. You can also hit this solo button, and it will make the conversion based on if you're playing a solitaire game with just one player. This is also available in Gloomhaven Helper, so you could use it either or. What's nice in both of them actually is if you already have characters in here, you can go to select characters, pick the characters you want, and then based on their level, the app will tell you a recommended scenario level based on the characters that you've picked. It does the math for you. So that's the world section. In the city section, we have somewhere where you can keep track of your Gloomhaven prosperity and your sanctuary donations. If you have never played before, don't worry about this. You'll find out later. If you have, you already know what this is. And then you have your Gloomhaven prosperity right here that you can use to go up. Now, if you've read the rule book, you've noticed that if your Gloomhaven prosperity goes up, then the items that become available in the store become more numerous. Here in the item store, when we click on this, you'll see not only does it have all of the items that are available and the cost. If you click on an item, it will, and again, the app is not this slow on a phone. It's just because of my emulator. It'll actually show you what the item looks like, which is really nice. And so it gives you, do I got to click on it? Below it. Okay, so a tiny criticism. I feel like I have to click below the picture of a card to make it go away. That's weird. Anyways, same with tapping. Nice perk is that it will organize the items based on their type. Is it like a, a side item, two-handed, one-handed, boots, armor, helmet, or all? Yeah, I turned that off. It'll show you all of the ones for a particular level. Also, the unlisted ones, sometimes you'll find a treasure chest or something that will give you an item. So you could go over here and select the unlocked item and then hit add selected items to the store. So maybe I find these, add selected item. Okay, so now when I go here and I look at boots, they are there, they are available. You can also take them back out if you need to. So that's cool. But that part actually gets better. We're going to come back to that. The city events does the exact same thing as the road events, so I won't get too involved in that. Same thing. You can add, remove cards, draw them. It essentially replaces the deck entirely. You don't need to use your deck anymore. You don't have to worry about tearing up cards. The other nice thing is if you're playing, again, multiple campaigns with more than one group of friends, then you have separate event decks that don't have to be tailored every time you play with the other group, which is really nice. All right, so that is this part. Let's move to I'm going to do party last because that one's really meaty. Let's go to unlocks, and here, anytime you unlock a class, you can simply click on the icon and make that class available for you to select when you're making a new character. Okay. Additionally, all of the little things in the back of the book that you check off with a marker that you can do here, like when you retire a character, this sort of thing, some of these get unlocked by these. I believe the Sun class gets unlocked if you have a reputation of 20, maybe? I don't remember. But if you click something down here that unlocks, so let's say I have a party reputation. Oh, I love it because I don't have any characters, so I don't think it'll let me pick this. I like that. So anyways, different things, and then the open envelope X. There's a button. I haven't clicked it yet because I haven't opened envelope X. I love it. Anyways, this is where you unlock stuff. Now, this is great. The party menu, the party area is phenomenal. First of all, let's go here, party achievements. You'll notice before when I finished the first scenario, it wouldn't let me go to the second one because I hadn't unlocked the party's first steps, which is that. So when I assign that, if I were to go back now to that to those scenarios, and I completed Corpsewood, now we have Corpsewood completed here, and then the second one is now available. So that's how that works. It does pay attention to that sort of thing, which is nice. It lets you be aware of what you're doing. Also shows you something that you wouldn't get in the regular game. It shows you which things you can't go do now because you took a different path, right? It's kind of a choose your own adventure thing. So this will actually show you which things you'll never get to do because they got blocked off based on your decisions. I like that. That's cool. Back to the party. Okay, this is so good. I'm sorry I'm coughing. Oh, wait, there's a pause button on my screen capture. One moment, please. That's better. All right, let's get into this. Your party reputation, as you know, during the game, your party will gain or lose reputation based on their actions, and when you gain reputation, it'll change the price of things that are in the shop. So that's nice to have here. We are going to come back to that. The system for the items in the shop is really cool. This also allows you to remind yourself where you were, and it's only going to show scenarios that are unlocked. So maybe you've already traveled from Gloomhaven to your new scenario, and then you closed shop for the day, right? You put the game away or you had to stop playing for your game session. By putting your current location, you won't accidentally take another road event or another city event before you start your next session. So that's nice. Notes section is literally, you can just kind of put whatever down here, which is nice. All right, here it is. My favorite part of this app. All of this is super helpful, but this is really what excites me about this app. Now, again, up here, this is where you can show or hide retired characters. Right now, we're going to hide retired characters. Let's make a character. We're going to say Alyssa Milano, and we're going to make her a mind thief because she stole my heart. Anyways, you'll notice that it doesn't show the names, it only shows the icons, which is cool. However, at the beginning, it also only shows the ones that you have access to. This is from the Forgotten Circles expansion. So we say that, we give them a name, we hit add, and then we get into the character screen. It's so good. can't wait to show you. This emulator is so slow. All right, so it'll show their level, their experience, their gold. You click on the character, and then you get a number of submenus. First of all, their level, their experience. Now, this isn't something that you would use during the game. Gloomhaven Helper really fits the bill for that. This is something you use when your game's done. In between scenarios, when you want to track how much XP you have, you can track your XP by just typing it in here. Interestingly enough, I can put 44. That's fine. If I put 45, you'll see a little arrow show up. That means it's time to level up. When I hit the level up button, it's time you turn to Gloomhaven, select a new ability and perk, and I can hit level up now, and then I can go in and, so if I hit level up now, it'll put me to the new level. If I hit level up later, it won't level me up. It'll keep me at the previous level. Now you'll see that my my XP has moved up to the next rank. You can also keep track of your little perk checks here, which is nice, and you can keep track of your gold. Later on in the game, you know what? If you're really new, this is kind of spoilery, so this here I'm going to tell you about later. Put a pin in it. All right, so let's move over to items. When you go into items right now, I have nothing. I haven't given them anything yet. If I want to just give them certain things, I can enter the item number, and it'll actually pick that thing. And I may do that by, because at the beginning of the game, well, no, at the beginning of the game, that's right, you get a certain amount of gold for each character that you can spend on items. That's right. So I can't remember, yikes, I can't remember how much it was off the top of my head. Let's just say that it was 30. I should have looked that up. Anyways, so you have 30 gold. Now you can go to items, right? And you can hit this little button, and you can go to the store. You can take this character to the store with their money. You know how much money they had, so now you can just pick the items you want to buy with your money and hit buy items. It'll say, oh, she doesn't have enough gold. Maybe I have to click out of the field. I bet I have to click out of the field. Emulator. All right, so Alyssa wants to buy boots and hide armor. Hit buy items for 30. Yes. So now she has the items, and it automatically subtracts the gold. So cool. And when you click on these items, you'll be able to see what they are. If she sells them or gets rid of them, I think you can, oh yeah, you can click on this, and now you can pick somewhere you can sell items. Can I click here and sell items? I thought I could sell items. Maybe I can't. Anyways, if you do want to get rid of something, you can hit this. Oh yeah, there it is. You hit the little garbage can, you can sell the item back. And you'll get the half value for it, and it'll do that. It'll remove the item, and it'll give you back the gold. Very nice. Very helpful. So that's your items. So let's get into what I think is the most impressive section of the app, which is the abilities section. All of the app is really good, but this really impresses me. I like it a lot. When you go into this section, we see Alyssa Milano. She's a mind thief. These are all of the abilities that are available for her deck when she is a level 1 character. Now, this doesn't show the deck that you're going to go into your game with. This shows you your entire available pool of cards for you. So at level 1, you have all these cards that are available to you. In between scenarios, you could change it and use any one of these. Let's say Alyssa levels up. I know I leveled her up before, but when you weren't looking, I leveled her back down. Very rude. So we level up now. We go back to abilities. We're going to see that we can look in this add section, and now we have the 2 level 2 abilities that we can pick from. For the sake of spoilers, I'm not going to click on them if that's important to you. So you could pick one of these, you could hit add 2 abilities, and then you can pick which one of these that you want to remove, because every time you add a card to your pool, you have to remove a card. You don't just keep adding them up. So maybe I remove Withering Claw from my available cards for moving forward. So I take that one out. Now this is my new available pool of cards that I can make my deck out of. Very cool. When you click on an ability, it shows you the card. It also shows you this part down here. If you're new, it's not for you. I'm going to talk about that later to the grown-ups. Okay. And each time you level up, it'll give you the ability to do that. Now, if you go over here to perks, so good. You click on perk, and it will actually show exactly what's on the character's paper tracker that's in the game, and it'll show you which ones you've decided to add to that particular character. So let's say I remove 2 of these cards, I click Add Perks. Now I have that here. It's very easy for me to see what I need to do to the combat modifier deck if I'm using that modifier deck for multiple campaigns or multiple groups of friends, that sort of thing. You also notice here under the character that it keeps track of your abilities or your little what are the scenario goals. So if you complete all 3 of these, you get a check, which means you can go and pick a perk. It doesn't remind you or anything. It's something you just have to sort of be mindful of yourself for when you can go and get those additional perks. I think the reason it doesn't try to tie to this is because whenever a player like me, Brian, when I retire a character and make a new character, I'm supposed to get a new perk for every character thereafter, that I make. So for every character I've retired, I get a new perk for my character. So players level up as well as the characters. So you have all this information for the character. Oh, I didn't scroll down low enough. You got notes. This is where I used to keep track of the personal quest before I updated it and made this an available feature. You can literally click on personal quest, and then you can, I tried to click that real quick so you didn't see what it said. You have all these different ones that you can pick, and for those who don't want spoilers, I won't click on anything right now. Just know that whichever one you pick, it will then actually give you a totally separate section in this character where you can keep track of. So if it's one that says you have to have certain items, it'll give you a place to check off if you have those items. It's very cool. I think that's it. Oh, wait, no, one more thing. You can retire characters as well. So this character here, it won't let me retire because I haven't picked a personal quest. All right, I'm going to pick a personal quest. Just don't try not to pay attention to it, okay? And so now I can click retire. Do we really want to retire Alyssa Milano? Yes, she's had a hard day. She's done a lot of work for us. Alyssa is going to get retired. The first time you retire someone, you can open the town records book. So that's cool. And now when we go back, you'll see there's nobody in my party because Alyssa retired. If we click on the old man, you can see your retired characters, and they have a little old man next to them to show that they have retired. I guess I could be a little old woman too. And I think you can call Melissa back to work. I don't know that there's a mechanic in the game where you're allowed to do that, but I like that it's an available option. And now when we go back here, let's see if it unlocked automatically for see, so I retired a character, so the Open Town Records book checkmark happened automatically. So there's lots of little things that are sort of sprinkled in and woven together to make that work. So, all right. I love it. I love the app. It's free. It's on Android. I can't imagine why this wouldn't make your experience better. It's really helpful and useful, so feel free to go get it for your own experience. I'm going to stop here for the new people. If you are not a new person, if you're new and you don't want any spoilers, go away. If you have played about a half dozen to a dozen scenarios, then you're in the same world as I am, and I'm going to show you some things that you won't be spoilers for you because you've probably already seen them. I'm not going to show any unlocked characters or anything like that, but just a couple of features that'll make more sense to people who've played. So if you're new, thanks, subscribe, whatever, get out of here, thumbs up, and get out of here. All right, everybody else, you still with me? Okay, let's talk about the other stuff. So, other things that are really cool. We know about Gloomhaven Prosperity. If you've been playing, it doesn't take long to unlock the Sanctuary donations, which in between scenarios, any character can donate 10 gold to the Sanctuary of the Great Oak, that's what it's called, and thereby get a couple of blessing cards in their ability deck for the next scenario. So you can just do that manually like this. Excuse me. However, the superior way to do it is with your party members. I'm going to unretire Alyssa, right? Because I need her to keep doing things for this example. So if I have my 10 gold here and I just click on the Great Oak here and I say donate 10 gold, it will automatically take the gold out, and it will automatically increase the go to city, the number of donations. If I just happen to donate, let's see, I know one of these gets it up. There you go. So once you've donated 100 gold, you can envelope B, cancel this if you didn't unlock envelope B, and then you hit reveal. So it does keep track of like all the little unlockables and stuff. It will also, once you get to a high enough Gloomhaven Prosperity, Now when you go to the item store, there's the level 2 items have been unlocked, and you'll find them also in the, you can filter by level and by type. You can do all and see everything. Nice. What else? The other thing, I didn't want to show the new people for fear of terrifying them. And let's go back into the party section. We're going to go into party members. Yes, that's right. Enhancements. We didn't talk about enhancements. Come on, Alyssa. Let's do some more work here. So let's go back into the abilities section. Let's look at, what's one that I really like? I think I liked Fearsome Blade. Tag 2, push 3. This one's pretty good. Now, as you know, later on in the campaign, you're able to get the Power Out of Enhancement achievement, which then allows you to spend money to put enhancements onto your ability cards. This will track the enhancements that you've made to your ability cards. So you pick which part of the card you're doing, and you see there's 2 dots there. You can pick which enhancement. Literally, it says click next to it, and so you can pick which enhancement you're going to do. Let's just say I added +1 combat. Set selected enhancement, pick which slot number, because essentially you have 2 slots there. So we're going to do slot 1, hit add, and there we go. Now we've added the attack +1 to the card, and it will, let's see if it'll let you do too many. So let's say I want to add some more to that push. Add select enhancement, hit add. Okay, now what if, a little scroll action going on there. What if I tried to put that on the first slot? Would it complain? What if I said I wanted to add another +1 to the combat? Let's find out. Select enhancement, slot number 1, add. Oh, it did. All right, so it's just keeping track text-wise so that you're able to see this based on the card. Now, the real question is, because I haven't tried this yet, so we're going to try this right now. I know this is getting long, so bear with me. Let's find out if these enhancements carry over if I make a new Mind Thief in the same campaign, right? Like if I wanted to have a different Mind Thief character. So let's say we save these changes, okay, and then that's on her deck. Now she retires. I've retired my Mind Thief. Goodbye, Alyssa. Much like real life, I just don't see you so often. And I'm going to make a new character for my party. Okay, so this is going to be a new Mind Thief. Scarlet Joe. Let's just call her Scar Joe. Okay. Also a Mind Thief. We hit add. Now, let's find out if the enhancement carried over. It technically should, right? Because the way the game works is if I enhance a card, it should stay enhanced for any character of that class that uses it moving forward. Let's see. So I'm going to go to abilities, and that was... Which one was that again? Was it Fearsome Blade? It was, I think it was Fearsome Blade. Okay, so it didn't carry over the enhancement there. It could be a good thing. I guess the intent behind it is so that you're able to have flexibility with multiple characters and multiple campaigns, so that might be why that's not there. You know, it might be nice if it did, but it's hardly a failing of the app. I think that's everything I have to show you guys as far as unlocks. Oh, I will say that once you unlock something over here on the unlock screen, so if I unlock, say, let's say I unlock the Sun character. I'm not showing you anything. Don't worry, I promise. Then we go back here to the party, and I want to create a new character. When I go to do that, it's not going to show me the name of the new character. It's just going to show me the icon. So less spoilers there. Also, interestingly, once you have those characters in there, if I go to characters, now remember, it's going to show me every character in every campaign. So here's ScarJo, and here's all my current players in my real campaign. And if I hit the retire button, now you're going to see including all of my retired characters. I did want to show you one more thing. I want to show you what a character looks like that's been souped up a little bit. So let's go to a normal, let's go to Vedra. That is a human rogue type, and she's at level 5. So this is the character I've been playing with. You can see the abilities I've marked off. You can see which items I have. You can see my abilities. I guess you can't tell whether or not they're enhanced just by looking at this section of it. And then you can see the perks that I've chosen. I always do ignore scenario effects. I think it's so helpful. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, and once you're in here, if you click over here, you can actually switch which party a character is in. I don't think they can be in multiple. No, they can only be in one. Now we're done. That's genuinely it. So I hope that this has been informational to you. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the app. Thanks so much to Stefan Tim for the work that he's done in making this for us. It really is what I consider to be essential. Thumbs up, comments, that sort of thing. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to get back to you with an answer if I have one. And if you look inside the app, the email address for the developer is also there if you have any suggestions or feedback for him or you want to let him know about a bug. That's it, guys. Thanks so much for coming in over to GameSpasm one more time, and I will see you guys on the Geek. Enjoy your Gloomhaven. Take care.